Hello, duckies. I am doing another what I eat today, like I promised that I would do yesterday, but unfortunately, I feel a bit rough. Well, since the last few days, I've been feeling a little bit off in general. But yesterday it really hit me after I went to the gym. I feel just a bit dizzy, got a bit of a sore throat, a bit disoriented, bit of a headache, migraines, etc. It's a bit rough, but hopefully will subside within the next few days or so. But yeah, anyway, I've got some clips lined up for us to watch, some what I eat in a day videos. It's just a couple. Probably not going to go for too long on this one, hopefully. So let's roll the first clip, shall we? I'm pretty sure we've seen this lady before. She claims to be like the happiest fat person on the planet or something. I don't know. Probably not in those specific words, but I always have a bit of a theory. But if you have to tell someone you're something, you're probably not that thing. If you have to tell someone you're a really down to earth, really cool person, a really happy person, you're probably not that thing. You know, I feel like things like that should only be prescribed to you by other people. You know, it's not down to you to decide whether or not you're really kind and pathetic person or not. I think it's down to the people around you to decide whether you're a kind and empathetic person or not. Because I feel like a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I'm really kind and empathetic," are usually assholes in my own experience. If I'm being honest, I'm not saying. Oh, by the way, just to preface, I'm not saying this about this lady like at all. I don't know her, but I do feel like again, constantly calling yourself happy. Are you though? No, I'm just saying if you have to keep pointing it out, are you? But yeah, anyway, of course, don't harass anyone.
Happy fat woman, just a little rant. I'm gonna say happy fat woman because I'm happy the way I am and the way that I eat and the way that I look and
I mean, like, sure, it could be, but like, I wouldn't be. I'm not being funny, but if my diet consisted like 90% of like just shit processed foods and everything like that, ultra processed foods, I should say, I wouldn't be happy like that. I've lived that before, and I felt like shit every day I woke up. Yeah, could even breathe properly walking up the stairs and everything. Why? Because I ate shit. Every day.
anyway, that was a lar bar. Now it's time to eat lunch and I get this miniature
Again, is that like a protein bar or something? Let's go back on that. I don't know what a
that I
lar
eat and the way
bar
that I
is.
look and I'm gonna say happy fat woman.
That's the thing, right? Oh, Lara bar. Okay. I thought it was a la bar. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I don't know how you could be happy just eating shit like this and be like, oh, look at my breakfast, guys. You have a small little bar or whatever the fuck, and you feel hungry an hour later, and then you end up like hinge eating everything in your fucking fridge because you're not satiated from a proper breakfast or anything like that. Like, nah, I just no, that's not it, bro.
Eat and the way that I look and anyway, that was a lar bar. Now it's time to eat lunch and I get this Mediterranean orza from Trader Joe's.
So also salad with a sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, I love a sun-dried tomato, but they are very oily, and I feel like if you're trying to, obviously she's not trying to lose weight, as we know. But if you are trying to lose weight, then obviously very oily foods are things that you kind of got to keep to the minimum. It is good for you, but also you got to consider like the calories. Just 'cause something's good for you doesn't mean it's not high calorie, right? You know, like oil is really good for you. Like a nice, like proper oil, not like a fucking seed oil or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm no expert, but like a proper like olive oil, avocado oil, good for you. But if you have too much of it, it's a lot of calories and you can put on weight from eating it. The likelihood of you putting on weight from having too much of it is probably less than if you just gorged on pizza and shit every day for sure. But you're still going to put on weight, or at least you could impede your weight loss by having too much oil in your foods and stuff.
Too many olives in it and I literally have to pick them out.
Olives are like the best part, bro. I don't know who don't like olives. If you don't like olives, I don't fuck with you. Nah. But honestly, I love an olive though.
Doesn't look it, but there's plenty of them to pick out, like all these nasty comments I'm getting about saying that I'm happy and fat.
I mean, I'm just thinking about it, right? Like, why don't you just make something like this at home? It probably costs like way less money. Yes, it takes like 10 minutes to make the pasta or whatever. You boil it in a fucking pan, but like that probably costs like two times the amount that it did just to buy like a pack of orzo and just like a little bag of like baby leaf salad or whatever the fuck that is.
Whatever, it's my body, it's my life.
My body. It's like, yeah, it is. People know that, but you're putting it on the internet for people to see, so people are going to say something about it. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you can't talk about the fact that people are like kind of chatting shit about you, because we all do it, right? We all get comments and we all occasionally kind of talk about those comments as content creators. We're a bit like, oh, I had this fucking ridiculous comment the other day that said this. A few days ago when I made that Fact Acceptance cringe video, I had someone, first time, I'm quite proud of this actually. I've been waiting for this day my whole fucking life. I had someone in the comments call me an insult, right? Why? I don't fucking know. But I called this out. I literally called this out in that fucking video. I said verbatim in that video, if you don't like obesity, or you think obesity shouldn't be a thing and that people should live healthier lives and stuff like that, people immediately lump you into other categories. People immediately call you racist, sexist, homophobic, and stuff like that. And what does someone go and do? Proving my fucking point, they go and call me an incel. I'm like, well fucking done. You just proved my point, you absolute degenerate. I'm sorry, but that was funny. And I've been waiting for that day. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I fucking loved it. That was a funny ass comment. It doesn't help that all the fucking people in the fat acceptance and what I eat in a day and everything like that, they're like 99% women as well. That's not my fault, okay? Don't blame me for that. That's your guys' fault. Yeah, women. I'm calling you out, girls, okay? I'm just a bloke on the internet with a shitty fucking microphone and even shit a haircut, so I mean, what do you want me to do about it?
Go kick some rocks. After work, I went and grabbed a little gordita. What I do is I change out the meat for potatoes. I add pico de gallo. It's delicious.
Wait, let's see that again. Was that a...
What I do is I change...
Oh my fucking god, that is a... Is that a soft shell over the top of a hard shell? That is big back right there. That is double fucking carbs. Holy shit. You change out the meat for potatoes as well. Fucking hell, that's a triple carb source right there. That's dry fucking carbohydrates, brother. Jesus Christ, that is going to be fucking calorific as shit. Damn. That is a lot.
After work, I went and grabbed a little gordita. What I do is I change out the meat for potatoes. I add pico de gallo.
Damn. Pico de gallo is fucking good shit, though.
Oh, it's delicious. I had the rest of orzo for dinner.
Okay, so you didn't eat the whole orzo. I mean, that's good at least that you didn't eat the whole thing. But I mean, to be honest, in this video, she's probably, if that is all she ate for the day, that she's probably in a calorie deficit. I don't want to say it too soon, because we've still got time left at the bottom here. But if that's what she ate, she's probably in a calorie deficit, because there's not a whole lot there, if being honest. There's like fucking zero protein there, I'm not gonna lie.
And then some Cheez-Its and a little...
Oh, yeah. Okay. That, I spoke too soon. That's probably... I don't know how many she's gonna have, but... Yeah.
Piece of this maple brittle that I get from Vermont.
Okay, yeah. I spoke too soon. Having a lot of snacky bits. Do you know why? She didn't eat a lot throughout the whole day. Here's how you alleviate snacking on shit throughout the day, okay? Hear me out. I have the hacks here. If you eat a full meal at breakfast, you eat a full meal at lunch, you eat a full meal at dinner, you're going to be less inclined to eat snacky shit throughout the day because you're going to feel more satiated and you're not going to be craving foods because you haven't eaten, stuff like that.
My favorite thing in the whole wide world. Thanks for letting me go on a rant. You're allowed to live in the body that you have and exist without being shamed.
And macarons as well. Okay. See, the thing is that I agree with what she says. Like, in the real world, no one gives a fuck, right? Like, I see fat people around all the time in the real world. I don't really give a shit. It's not a big deal. No one really cares, if we're being honest. Like, obviously, we don't want obesity to exist. I don't like it. Most of these people watching this don't like it because it's not healthy and it's not good for you. And we hope that people can get healthy and fit, blah, 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 all that shit. But if you're a content creator like this and you post your whole personality, everything about yourself is based around the fact that you are a fat person, then yes, people are going to talk about the fact that you are fat, negative or positive. That's just how it fucking works, Right, we're on our next clip. Roll it. I'm going to mute that though, because it's copyright music. Sausage and scrambled eggs. 8 a.m. So there's like a sausage patty. I'm not going to say I don't like them, right? The thing is with a lot of the food on these things is I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like unhealthy, ultra processed shit, because let's be honest, even if it is ultra processed and it's unhealthy, sometimes it be tasting good, right? Like, I'm not gonna fucking deny it. But you do look at things like this sometimes, and you're a bit like, yeah, they look a bit, they do look a bit depressing, though, don't they? Like, I'd much rather have like a proper sausage or some sort, like a Lincolnshire Cumberland or something like that. Obviously, the lower fat ones would be better for me because I'm gonna cut at the moment. Um, Even like a turkey or a chicken sausage would be better, like a chipolata or something like that. Well, the scrambled eggs, you can't go wrong with scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs are always going to be goated. I have a lot of scrambled eggs, to be fair. Why have you got 2 bits of cutlery? Why are you dropping it everywhere? Cantaloupe. I don't actually know what that is, really. Well, obviously, I know it's a fruit or whatever, but like, I don't actually think I've had it before. Like, I don't know what family of fruit it's similar to, kind of thing, you know? Cottage cheese. Oh, fuck, no. Like I like cottage cheese, but fucking oh man, you just raw dogging some cottage cheese like that. Nah, that ain't right. You gotta have something with it. You gotta cook it in something or have something with it, you know. Just raw dogging some cottage cheese like that. It just seems a bit off to me. I don't know.
Fucking diabolical.
Seems a bit like, oh, couldn't be me, couldn't be me. I'm not gonna lie though, so far, apart from the sausage patty, which is probably quite high calorie for what it is, that small little thing's probably at least 150 calories minimum, and that's gonna be like a good amount of fat as well. That's not gonna be a whole lot of protein. So far, it hasn't been dreadful. We've had some fucking fruit or whatever. We've had some eggs. We've had some sausage. We've had some cottage cheese, as grim as that fucking looks. Cottage cheese is quite low in calories and stuff like that, and you know, cottage cheese is probably quite good for you as well. It's probably got a decent amount of protein for what it is as well. But now raw dogging it like that's diabolical. Egg salad. Oh, isn't that? I don't actually know what that really consists of, but I can imagine it's probably got like some sort of like sauce or like mayo or something in it. Not sauce, some sort of like cream or mayo or something in it, and it's probably quite high calorie depending on what kind of mayo you use. If you use like a really light mayo, it could be basically fucking nothing, right? Like a really lightest mayo you can get is probably like 14 calories for like 20 grams or something like that. So that might not be too bad depending on what it consists of, depending on if it is mayonnaise or not, and if it's a lighter mayonnaise or not. So that might not be too awful. But then you have the crisps or chips, as some of my American homies call it. Yeah, eaten together. I mean, I can imagine it's probably in a right combos, to be fair, you know, like a nice chip dip type shit, but it was going pretty well. And I know that's not a ridiculously off whack portion, but it all adds up, right? And obviously the sausage wasn't great either, but it's not the worst egregious thing. Potato wedges, yeah, I like a potato wedge. Potato wedges are fucking goated. It's just like chips at the end of the day or fries. Yeah, I do like these. And I don't know how many's in there. Doesn't look like massive portions, but again, I think because we're eating a lot of small things frequently throughout the day, like having multiple meals throughout the day, um, rather than just having a few biggish ones that are satiating, it's kind of adding up, right? That's just me personally. I know everyone works differently. Some people like to eat smaller things throughout the day, but personally, I rather go for like bigger meals kind of frequently, if that makes sense. Like have like 3 4 meals a day that are bigger, rather than have like 6 7. Oh fuck off! Don't you dare having like 6 or 7 meals that are like small and kind of add up, especially if they're just like very carb heavy, like this and the potato chips and stuff like that. Look, like it wasn't the most egregious one I've seen, but I would recommend her kind of bulk up a little bit on like the protein side and everything like that. Like it's a good amount of eggs for sure, but certainly eggs are great protein. You're better off getting your protein from other sources, as eggs can be a bit high calorie for the amount of protein you get from it. Like a normal medium sized egg is probably like 6 grams of protein, over like 90 calories per egg or something like that, if I remember correctly, as compared to a chicken breast, which is probably more protein per kind of gram compared to an egg. But I don't know the specifics of how much is in chicken versus an egg. The question is though, which one came first? For fuck's sake. But yeah, let's get into our next one. I think this one was posted like a few days ago or something, to be honest. I don't think I've seen this creator before. I don't know whether they're new or not, but like I'm not coming for you if you ever see this, which you probably won't, but if you do, I'm not coming for you. I just critique diets and stuff, okay? So what have we got here? It looks like there's a lot of nuts, a lot of banana. Is that like some sort of like frosted flake type shit? Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll be told in a minute. Yeah, something to be healthy, but if you're trying to lose weight, consuming a lot of oils and a lot of nuts and things like that is not going to be conducive because you're going to eat the same amount of calories in a small bag of nuts than you are in like a big ass chicken breast.
Good evening, this is what I ate today as a fat person who is chronically ill and doesn't focus on losing weight. For
Okay, what we got?
breakfast, I just had cereal with bananas and some
Okay, so it was cereal. So that's not going to be the greatest for you because cereal is very sugary, very calorie dense again. But you know, the banana's great, and having a handful of nuts is great as well. But cereal, not the best way to start your day. It can crush your insulin, stuff like that, very, very quickly. You have a quick spike, and then the downfall is like immediate, like a boom, dive bomb type shit. But what have we got here? That actually looks really fucking good. Not gonna lie, it looks alright. Handful of rice, whatever the fuck that is. I think is that like tuna or something. Some cucumbers. I'm not the biggest fan of cucumbers, but you know.
brown sugar and maple cashews added in.
Okay, so it was brown sugar and maple as well, so that's even worse than just having like a normal kind of nut. I did think they looked a bit coated. So yeah, that's going to be a ridiculously high calorie breakfast. Jesus Christ.
And then for lunch, I ended up throwing together a little tuna dish. Was
That actually looks pretty decent.
basmati rice,
Basmati rice, yep. Handful of vegetables and stuff.
tuna, some cucumber, and
But then we have
furikake.
this.
Then I had a snack of Doritos and cottage cheese. If you
Again, cottage cheese, great. At least you're not raw dogging it like the other person, but also you are having it with some Doritos and stuff, which are very, again, calorie dense and stuff like that.
know, you know. Split these little cheesy potato bites with hubby when he got home. He brought those for me.
But I can imagine they're
With cheesy potato
quite calorific, quite processed, obviously. 100, I'm guessing that's 190 calories per piece, and it's 5 pieces. Is that, or is that per serving? Is that 190 calories per serving for 5 pieces? Is that, because if that's the case, I suppose that's not god awful actually. 190 calories for 5 pieces. I don't know how big the pieces are. They could be like that, right? But I'm guessing, you know, they're quite decent chunk. So if that is the case, that is true. That's not bad calorie wise, to be fair. Could be wrong though. I don't have it in front of me and I can't quite see that properly. It's not like proper pixelated or whatever.
bites with hubby when he got home. He brought those for me.
Those look good. Those look good. I think that's how people should
dinner,
make their wraps. I feel like a lot of people who I've seen do what I eat days and stuff, when they make wraps, they don't bulk it up enough with like vegetables and stuff. That is like the best thing to do. Again, especially if you are trying to lose weight, right? Is to have your protein and then just absolutely fucking stuff the shit out of your wraps with some sort of lettuce and vegetables and things like that. Because it just makes it more filling, more satiating, and it's like virtually fucking 0 calories. Obviously not 0 calories, but might as well be, right? Yeah, 100%. That looks good, to be fair. They look like some good ass wraps.
Made blackened chicken Caesar salad wraps, and then I had
Caesar salad wraps, though, I can imagine that probably has a lot of dressing in it, though. Again, probably very calorific.
some treats for my best friend. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I would definitely put a bit more emphasis again on like proteins and, you know, eating less generally processed and very high calorie foods in general. But that tuna dish looked really good. And those wraps didn't look too bad either, although they are like a chicken Caesar, so it probably did have a shit ton of like sauce and stuff in it that we couldn't quite see based off of the video or whatever. But there are some great things in there. Just some small changes could go a long way. Like for example, this cereal we see on screen. You know, that's a lot of cereal, right? It's like practically a whole bowl full of cereal, just with a few bananas chopped on top, and obviously the nuts are very high calories, especially because they're coated as well, which makes them even worse. You know, I would personally in the morning, me personally, have like a big old pot of like fucking Greek yogurt with some fruit, a handful of nuts or something like that. That would be fucking great, you know. but like having like a whole bowl of cereal, it's not satiating, right? It makes you feel hungry after like 5 minutes. Okay, got another one lined up for us here. So the caption reads, "What are you eating a day as a happy, healthy plus size woman not on a diet?" We'll be the judge of whether or not you're healthy or not, because I would argue if you're plus size, you're probably not fucking healthy. We are not a health for every size channel here, okay, ladies and gentlemen. If your definition of plus size is like a supermodel version of plus size, where it's just very slightly above the average weight of like a runway fucking model or something like that, then that probably is healthy. That's probably just a regular ass person's like kind of weight. But if your version of plus size is like Test fucking Holiday, then no, you're not healthy. You're not fucking healthy. Let's be honest. You're the size of a fridge.
It is Wednesday. It's a
Wednesday,
snow
my
day.
dude.
So I am home. I have coffee with cream and Splenda.
Coffee. Coffee with cream and splendor. Okay. I love coffee. But personally, I'm not very much like a sweet coffee kind of person. I prefer generally kind of just bitter coffees. I'd like just a black coffee myself and, cream, stuff like that. But it's a cream or whatever the fuck in your coffee. It's going to bulk it up calorie wise and stuff like that. Obviously, with just stating the obvious here, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Obvious over here, Sherlock.
I'm enjoying my tree. I'm going to nibble some Swiss cheese. I brought.
Okay, he's just raw dogging some cheese. Oh, don't get me wrong, I could raw dog some cheese easily. I have raw dogged a lot of cheese previously in the past. Very easily done. And I'm not going to lie and sit here and say that I'll never do it again because I love cheese. But I would definitely, like, if you're hungry, just eat more like proper foods. A small bowl of pasta or a bit of fucking chicken or something, right? I don't know. Basically, just more whole foods in general rather than just little bits of fucking cheese. It's gonna satiate you a lot more and it's gonna get rid of the fact that you're fucking hungry rather than just having a little snack that's gonna make you feel hungry like 2 seconds after, and then you're gonna go and eat some more shit until you feel fucking full after eating loads of shit.
A knife to the cat. For dinner, we
See, I mean, something like that would have been a better, right? I mean, I definitely recommend having a bit more protein with that personally. And I don't know if that's some sort of cheese on top. Yeah, cheese on top of pasta is goated. But again, I would probably cut down on the amount of cheese and pasta and stuff and just have more protein source and shit like that on the side because it's just having more carbs not as conducive and etc to maintain a snatched physique and all that. Yes.
have protein pasta, macaroni.
Guess it's protein pasta. Yeah. You know how I feel about a lot of protein slop stuff. I know there's always going to be some defenders in the comments of like protein slop stuff. There's going to be some people who are like, oh, I love a protein bread. I love a protein pasta, blah, blah, blah. It's just not for me. I don't really like it. I think personally, having just a fucking bit of chicken would be much better. And again, more satiating in general than having a protein fucking pasta. But at least it's got protein in it. So there is some source of protein here.
And cheese with broccoli, and then an arugula salad with some goat cheese and pecans and champagne and vinaigrette.
That looks really fucking nice, to be fair though. I would absolutely slam the shit out of that. I would devour it. But I will give it that. That looks really good. And it's pretty much just kind of nitpicks, right, that I have towards this specific one. The rest of the stuff, obviously having like a really ridiculously high calorie, high sugar content coffee first thing in the morning is probably not good for you. And having just a little bit of cheese or whatever, not really satiating, not really filling. And I don't know whether that is everything she ate in a day, because some people like to admit the other things they've eaten. But if the day was more like this, then I'll definitely be a bit more like, yeah, good fucking job getting, having more whole foods and more satiating meals in general, because this does look bussin'. Although, like I said, I do have some nitpicks. I would personally cut down on a little bit of pasta. Probably get rid of the fucking protein pasta. Just use normal pasta, but just have chicken breast or something on the side. And if you're vegetarian, have like a vegetarian alternative or something like that. or a vegan alternative or whatever. Yeah, for sure. I would absolutely smash the fuck out of that. Oh, then we had like some biscuits at the end, or cookies. And the caption says, yes, I had some cookies. No, I didn't eat all of those. Okay, fair enough. That would be a lot of cookies to get through. I wonder how many you had though, because that kind of determines whether or not you technically in a deficit or not at that point, really, right? Right. I think that's all I've got for today. I'm really like genuinely must apologize if I seem a bit out of it. I'm still a little bit rough, getting a little bit better. I really hope you enjoyed today's video anyway. Let me know if you didn't. Let me know if you did. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and everything like that. I unfortunately I got to 1,300 subs last night, and then I woke up and then like fucking 4 people unsubscribed, or like I don't know what went on there, if people just suddenly unsubscribed or people's accounts got removed or something like that. I don't know, but it was pretty gutting. I was like, yes, 1,301 subscribers, and I woke up and it was at 1,298 again. Fuck. Gutting. Absolute gutting. So I'd appreciate it if you're new to this. Get us back up to 1,300. Maybe surpass it just a little bit. So if I do lose like 3 subscribers again or whatever, it's not going to go down to 1,200 again. Okay. But yeah, anyway, really appreciate you for sticking around in this one. Take care of yourselves. I hope you have a good fucking day, and Merry freaking Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, Merry whatever holidays you celebrate, and see you later. Hopefully be back with another video at some point this week, and hopefully I'll be feeling better as well. Peace. See you later.